The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us.
Extra! 14 minutes. So The Last of Us finally did the thing.
That we knew they were going to do.
How's your brother holding up?
I have not talked to him yet. I think my brother and my mom, are probably angry at me that I kept saying to my brother, just wait.
You know what? Kudos on the gaming world for not spoiling that.
So here's my theory on that. So we all, and I think most of us, that it really traumatized us.
Yes.
So, every one of us came
I had to stop playing the game for a minute.
Every one of us came to part one of our own accord.
Yeah.
Because it was, it was released. Nobody really, it's a Naughty Dog game, so it's going to be good.
Yep.
But, who knows? You play part one, and it's like, holy fuck, that's one of the best story games I've ever played.
I mean, and then you can go down the line of mechanics, blah, 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 blah.
So when they released part two, I remember I bought it, I downloaded it, I went to the store, I bought a bunch of snacks.
See, I couldn't do that, but the wife was okay. She was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, and I closed all the curtains in my, blacked out my apartment, and I had neither, but I was probably one of the red chairs. I put one of the red chairs directly in front of my TV, and I was like, okay, I'm committing to this game for 3 days. And it took 2.5 to go through the whole thing, but
yep.
In the tutorial, they kill Joel.
Yep.
And so this whole thing of I get to revisit these characters, we get to go back through them, no, one's completely removed. And
they did that on a TV show in what amounts to episode 10. Yeah.
Oh, total? Yeah.
8 in the first season. This was the second.
Yeah. But
it wasn't
everybody's
Ned Stark losing his head because they had kind of been doing it, leading up to that.
That was at the end of the first season.
Correct.
Yeah. It was still a shock.
And it was a shock, but you can...
Even the Red Wedding was mid-season.
Right.
So this is you come back...
You get nice and comfortable
or,
with Jackson.
Everybody's jazzed, hey, this amazing show's back on. Can't wait for it. And then you kill off what is the main protagonist at this point.
Did you hear
episode 2?
Druckmann?
Yeah.
There's no N in there. It's just Druckmann.
Yeah, just Druckmann, yeah.
Okay. I watch, now that you've told me, I'm now watching the behind the scenes after the credits. And when he said that, when he sat down to write the second game, he was like, we've got to kill somebody off.
Yeah.
That you care about. And, yeah, they went with Joel.
Well, and, and not to... I think everybody kind of gets the gist of a little bit moving forward, which is in the video game, Druckmann's sadistic mind is... So you watch Joel die in this horrific scenario, and then... For half of the game, you have to play as the person who killed Joel.
Correct. So what they said that they're going to do in the show now is... I saw someone post this, that what makes this so good is, he makes you hate so much, but at the end of it, it's just all about letting go of the hate.
Correct.
That's not a spoiler, anybody. For the
I'll say this. I played the game... part 2, I went through it twice.
I've made 3 times, and I started it again last night.
Yeah, you're
balls deep
in
into
ass, yeah. But
he said in ass. He meant in Assassin's Creed. He's not balls deep in ass.
Which next week we'll have to do it, we'll have to do a segment on that, because I got things to say early on. But anyway, but even after watching the episode, I still fucking hate Abby. I never turned on her. I never got to that point where I'm like, well, she's written that. No, I hate her.
Yeah. Good on the actress, too, because I hate her.
Oh yeah, no,
getting
she's
up to-
fantastic.
she's getting up to King Joffrey levels of hate for me.
And good on Pedro Pascal for posting a sweet little picture of them on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yep.
Making sure the fan base knows, like, don't hate her.
It's all good. He's still going to show up. Like, there's going to be
Well-
flashbacks.
Well, we got the museum flashback,
Right, yeah.
which they've already teased in the promos and stuff like
Yes.
that. And which, God, that's such a sweet scene. Like,
Oh,
not
man,
sweet, cool, like
The
like.
museum with space.
And she puts on the helmet. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's not. Never mind. Just like I can't wait till we get to the aquarium. If they even go that far this season.
well,
But they're on pace to.
maybe in the Abby storyline, yeah.
Good call.
Because I mean, they do tease Jeffrey Wright as
I
the
s-
character he voiced in part 2.
It looks like the previews for next week are going to be all on her.
Yeah, I mean this would be the natural point that you do, and you go and you do
shift-
Abby's
you
backstory.
shift to Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah, because people aren't ready for like 3 episodes.
Well, and I forgot too, like how shitty that militia is too. Like and it's again, Neil Druckmann's a genius, and like creating this, and it's very similar to many of the factions you saw in like Walking Dead, like
Or the first season where they had
Yeah.
the cannibals.
the creepy,
Is that the guy that burned down the restaurant? Right?
yeah.
Those guys were fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but like the militia is like, no, we're doing a good thing for people,
Right,
and
and
in
they-
reality they're doing
Terrible
horrible shit.
And they took over the Fireflies.
Yeah,
And the
effectively.
Fireflies were trying to do good shit.
Yeah.
They were doing horrible shit with it, but they were at least trying to move forward. This militia is just, you will find out, I'm sure you already know, that they are fucking terrible.
But I will say this is that I have really enjoyed, particularly episode 2. Frames has gotten the audience to reframe a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So there's, there was a dude on TikTok who went on like a 2-minute rant, but he was explaining the dilemma that Joel was in season 1, and going like, and the parts that they try and draw you in on Abby's character of like, well, he just murdered all these people,
Right.
but the
18
guy on TikTok
soldiers.
was like, Joel was right, because every question Joel asked, it was maybe,
Right.
maybe it'll work. And he knew it was definite she wouldn't live because it was in her brain,
Right.
but it was like, this might.
We hope this
Yeah.
might turn the tide.
Right.
If this works, we're looking at a cure.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And then of course
Because he did. He gave them chances the whole way until he finally was like, okay, they're going to kill her on a coin flip.
And I would say this season 1, one of the only problem that they had in rushing through
Yeah.
is in the game you get to understand, like, the Fireflies are not like completely altruistic either.
Not right.
Like they're a corrupt organization as well.
all of them are. Even
Yeah.
the people who run the containment zone,
Right.
whatever they call it. Like they're
That's the government. Yeah.
they're paying everybody in stipends
Yeah.
again. Here's your money. Go
Yeah.
use it at the store
Sure,
that we
right.
own right up the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Fulton Town.
Jesus Christ.
But it's, and they show glimpses of that with the Fireflies, but they don't really, like, in the video game. Of course, you have like hours upon hours
Right, and they
to hit upon
they,
that.
They showed it when
Yeah.
Marla,
Mm-hmm.
the chick at the beginning who died when she was technically a Firefly, and all she was trying to do was get Abby out because
Right.
she knew the corruption.
But then, like, remember in season 1, she knows about Ellie because she was friends with Ellie's mother,
Correct.
and so it's that whole dynamic that kind of is like, oh no, like the Fireflies were like this really good wholesome group. But that's also I love
Yeah,
about the
they're
dude
not.
on like TikTok of being like, we don't know what kind of doctor like Abby's dad was. Like, I think he's a veterinarian and he's going to do brain surgery on a human being
To
like,
make a cure for a disease
Right.
that wiped out the planet, yeah.
and that whole thing of like, well, Joel
Let's call it
killed
a
her
disease,
father
an
in like
infection.
cold blood, like, but this man was going to kill Ellie, his now effectively daughter.
Was it in Cold Blood though?
I mean, in the show that I think in the video game he grabbed. Well, no, in the show
In
I
the
think
show, he grabs
he
the
was
thing and he comes
scalpel.
out.
Yeah.
I'd have fucking shot him in the face too.
Yeah.
Fuck him. So now Joel's dead. The Jackson, Wyoming town, like that whole, just so people know, like that whole skirmish, invasion, none of that happened in the game.
No.
And
That's all original. That was amazing.
it was fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, I love the teaser they did right before that of they're using bodies for insulation in the snow.
Yes.
And then, a few minutes later it cuts to when Abby falls down into that ravine, and
that
it was like
terrifying, and I was hoping Abby would die. But
no.
that was fucking insane.
Well, particularly when it was like quicksand and snow, and
I was
then
like,
they
oh my
emerged.
god, we're gonna have an avalanche of fucking infected here.
Yeah.
A legit snow avalanche of infected. No, they just all got up and chased her.
Yeah. And
The scene when the fence was coming down, when Abby was under it, I wanted her to die, but that was so perfectly shot.
oh yeah.
Like,
And then and then Joel magically appears, like
right.
fucking
Just
brilliant.
gun to the brain.
Yeah.
Um,
And and he does like essentially a source. Come with me if you want to live.
right. And but you can hear it. You can see her face when he says Joel.
Yeah.
For the first time, like her face, you could see
Yeah.
it.
Dina says Joel,
and
he's
like,
like,
it's the great,
"No
fantastic,
fucking way."
right? Fantastic actor, because you could see it just in the eyes that she I've hit pay dirt.
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And then that storyline of like, no matter what, I have to get them back to the ski lodge.
Correct.
And
Yeah, after he saved my life, I'm going to look like I'm saving their life until we get there. And then I'm going to put Dina to sleep, which didn't happen. They were beating the shit out of the brothers.
I was gonna say, like Tommy they knocked out cold. But yeah, outside of that, replacing Dina with Tommy, and somebody did a side-by-side comparison.
But it makes sense because
Yeah.
they added the Jackson Hole. Is that what they call
Well,
it?
and you're right. Like storytelling wise, it makes all the more sense of to draw Ellie there. Is
Yeah,
that she's
'cause
not
it's
just
Dina.
going there to save Joel. She
Right.
knows Joel's with Dina,
Yep.
who she's in love with Dina.
And she's also trying to survive
Correct. Yeah.
because it's a fucking. I didn't realize they filmed that in the actual blizzard up there.
Yeah.
Like that's some fucking.
It's kismet.
What's the dude who did never mind.
Moving on.
The Revenant.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't pronounce that dude's name.
Okay,
Yeah.
me either. That's right. All right. Filming in natural light is where I was going with that.
Oh yeah. Or, yeah. Who else did that? John Ford. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. We're gonna film an entire movie at sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Like, okay, we got 12 minutes and go. And all right, pack
you
it up.
motherfucker.
We're good.
And so anybody.
The bloater with a flamethrower.
Oh God, cooked them inside the fungus. But the wonderful throwback to the game at the very end when they're transporting Joel's body.
Yep.
So that song, that's
That's the
Ashley
one
Johnson.
Yeah.
And
she's saying whatever that prayer is.
yeah,
basically what she's
well, it
doing,
starts
but it's-
off like that. Yeah.
Correct.
And then it's like, but I just want to say this: if you all think that's heart wrenching, wait till she sings "Take on Me."
Just prepare yourself, because this isn't all.
Yeah, it's a man.
It's about to get a very
And Abby is a terrible human being.
fuck that cunt. She's not a proper cunt.
No, she is
She's
not.
a dirty cunt, a deceiving cunt.
Yeah. The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Nerla Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.